Hi everyone, this is Kathy. Welcome to my channel, Kathy Mamolen, Psychic Medium. I wanted to jump on today and celebrate with you. I am about to hit 20,000 subscribers, and I just wanted to do a celebration reading that's just for you today before I start my busy day. So a little bit of a channel update, couple of new decks that I've added to my collection, and then a bonus reading for anybody who finds this message that it's meant to hear. So just an overview. I started my channel a couple of years ago. The first year I didn't do anything with it. I just was uploading things. I had no idea what YouTube was. I really didn't take it as seriously as I should have. And then year two, I buckled down. I actually took some courses. I watched a lot of YouTube videos on how to grow a YouTube channel. I became kind of tech savvy. I mean, I feel like I'm state of the art right now because I got like 2 cameras and 2 computers, and I feel like, which is a big leap for me. I am not a techie person. So that was a big change for me. So for those of you that have been following me for a long time, thank you from my heart, of course. And I'm so, so grateful for all your likes, your comments, your feedback, just your love, your energy. For those of you that don't know me personally, I am a professional psychic medium. I am a life and love coach full-time, and my YouTube channel is a part-time effort. Okay, so I do it around my scheduled readings. I do it in a very, very busy day, very busy week. But I'm so grateful because it gives me an opportunity, one, to share my gift, of course. Gives me an opportunity to share my decks, which I love. For those of you that know, I have probably 400 decks, Oracle and tarot cards. Very avid deck collector, very avid tarot student, and constantly studying and learning tarot. It is my passion. It is my hobby. And it is my tool. It's my primary tool as a psychic. So I get in and out of these cards. I listen to the messages and I just love them. So thank you so much. Some personal goals. I am being asked by Spirit to pursue this on a full-time basis. I'm not there yet. Oh, my whole body just tingled. Thank you, Spirit. I'm not there yet. I have to transition from doing private readings, which I've been doing for over 10 years, and transition into being a full-time YouTube content creator, which isn't an easy feat. But I'm well on my way, and Spirit's behind me, and I know that that goal will be achieved. So that will allow me an opportunity to create more content. It will allow me to open up my gift to more people. It will allow me to take your ideas and your suggestions and kind of run with them to serve a larger audience, to serve a greater need, to reach people who need to hear these messages of hope and love, and just to let everybody know that, you know, there's a whole world going on out there and you're a big part of it. And we're all learning and we're all growing. Okay. So before I get into my reading, I'm going to be using 3 new decks to my collection today. So let's take a look at those. Let me get my other screen up. As I said, I am super techie. I've got these 2 screens when I do come on and show my face. I do a lot of the recorded readings only because I don't have to focus on anything other than the messages. And I found that over a period of time, I feel more comfortable. I just, you know, I go back and forth with, you should be seeing me and seeing the cards, or whether you should be just seeing the cards. And I've struggled with that over the years. But I really have to follow my own heart, my own intuition I think I'm a better reader, believe it or not, when you just see the cards and you just hear my voice. So I have gotten to that place where I feel comfortable with that. But today I wanted you to see me because so many of you hear my voice all the time. You're like, who is this person? Who is this person? let's see what decks I've added to my collection. I have a tendency to overbuy. I know that. I have a whole wall here in my reading room of decks. Now, these decks, I'm not going to go through the whole thing. I'm just going to show them because I will be using them in a reading today. But these are decks I added to my collection. They're not new to tarot. They have been on the market for maybe a little while. I just didn't own them prior to this. And I really have been using them in the last couple of weeks, and I really enjoy these 3 particular decks that I picked today. Okay, so this is the Kitty Kahan Tarot. And it is a mass market deck. I did buy it. I think it's great. Let me just show you real quick the colors. And I do unboxings on my channel, not as often as I used to, but I do have a whole playlist on unboxing. So here's the back of the deck. And I just used this in my last round of general love readings, and it was really a fun deck to use. I love this deck because it has these amazing color schemes. It's this turquoise blue, bright pink, just very vibrant colors. I mean, just gorgeous, very graphic. I have to tell you, I really fell in love with this deck. You may see me using, I say that about all my decks, but you may see me using this deck more often than not. I just really fell in love with it. It was playful. It's fun. I loved the colors. I just had a ball with it. And I'm looking forward to, continuing to use this. If you have any questions about any of the decks in any of my readings, okay, just message me and, or comment actually would be the best thing to do. Comment, and then I will, I'll get you the deck information or the deck name, okay? Because I don't know them a lot. I mean, I know most of my decks, but off the top of my head, I want to get you the accurate information. All right, so this is the Tarot de la Croix. This deck has definitely been on the market for a while. I just hadn't seen it, or I haven't purchased it up until now. I kind of fell in love even with this box with these big sunflowers. That was kind of fun. It is a mass market deck. I think all of these decks I got on Amazon. Okay, so it is a mass market deck. This has a little bit darker of a tone to it. It's a little bit smaller. It's rounded quarters. This is the back of the deck, so it is reversible. Doesn't have any kind of edging. It does have these rounded corners. Okay, it has a little bit darker of a tone. Not a dark deck, but the images are darker. They're a little bit more, darker valued color schemes. There's my star. Here's my moon. 7 of Wands. Okay. I did like the intensity. In fact, I can remember look at these 2 cards. I can remember pulling this card in a recent reading, and I thought that is such a great Queen of Swords. I was just like, I love this deck even just for this card. So I thought that was such a great Queen of Swords, just this kind of warrior woman. I love that. And then look how gorgeous. This is the front of the deck box, but look at the sun. I mean, it's just gorgeous, right? So it is a beautiful deck. It's kind of in the category of maybe a classic deck, like a lot of people would add it to their collection as kind of a traditional deck. But I hadn't added it, and I probably needed to. I'm not too sure about the border on the bottom. I go back and forth with things like that. But they're easy to read. It's easy to read. It's an easy deck to read. It's just a little bit darker. Like I said, the color scheme is a little bit darker, a little bit more muted, and a little bit more intense. But the color, the images are beautiful, and it is, like I said, it's a little bit more of a classic deck to me. Okay, so that is nice. And then the last deck, this deck is really fun. I think this is a newer deck on the market within the last year or so, maybe 2 years. The Pulp Girls Tarot deck, really cute. It has these are all hard boxes, which is nice. They're my favorite. And I like the scale of the box because it doesn't take up as much space. I mean, I have a whole wall of decks. So after a while, it's like, where do I put these decks? This is the backing of the deck. Okay, the stars, and the edging isn't, there's no edging. Okay. And it is a traditional Rider-Waite-Smith deck, but it has more updated graphics. Okay. And it's got a great little color scheme. I do like the color scheme. It's got kind of these washes of pinks and vibrant reds, and it's got a nice little intensity to it. So I do like the coloring of this deck. It's very traditional Rider-Waite. You can just see it's an updated version of a Rider-Waite-Smith format. Okay. So this has been a fun deck. I enjoy the diversity in this deck. I think that's important. Look at my page. Isn't she gorgeous? I love her. So I've been using this deck actually quite a bit. It's, you know, I never know when I buy a new deck, what deck I'm going to fall in love with and what deck I'm not, you know, and I really can't describe it any other way until I'm right in there using it. And then all of a sudden it's like, I really like this deck. You know, it's like, this is fun. This is a great one. And then there's other ones I'm like, it's pretty, but it just doesn't catch me. It doesn't grab me sometimes, or I'm just not connecting to it at the same way as I would another deck. And that's very true for a lot of readers. So let's do a reading for you. Now, at the end of this reading, I am going to ask you a personal question, and I have a couple of cards that Spirit will answer your personal questions. So keep that in mind, okay? You know, just ask yourself a yes or no question, or you can jot it down ahead of time, or something that I say during my reading. Towards the end of the reading, I will say, you know, do you need more clarification, or do you have a personal question for Spirit? And we will ask that with 3 cards, okay? So let's get started. Let's call in our spirit guides. You hear me say that at the beginning of every reading, right? So, Spirit, I'm so grateful to be here today. If you will allow me to hear things and feel things, for anyone who has found this message, I want to celebrate anybody who has found me, follows me, needs to hear these messages. I want to celebrate them today with you. And could you please give them some love and some guidance? I am listening for you now. Did I say love? I just said love, didn't I? Okay. Love surrounds all your connections. Move forward positively in all areas of your life. Absolutely. Whether it's a romantic love, loving ourselves, right? Loving ourselves, a romantic love, loving our family, our friends, a stranger, pets, you know, like whatever. It's like, it's all about love. That's all. So easy when you think about it that way, right? Spirit, what messages do you have? I have unity, a time of divine understanding, renewal, peace, and hope. You radiate and attract great love. So we have unity, one with the same, okay? So either connecting to somebody or feeling connected to somebody or attracting that connection to somebody. And then I have a key, gorgeous. New beginnings, opening doors, and adventure awaits for those who are ready to let go of the past. I love doorways. I love gateways. I love anything like that that shows me that I am moving forward. You know, like anytime Spirit shares with me, I am moving forward. I just can't get enough of that. So let's see what your cards are saying today. Spirit, what do you have for us? Page of Wands, King of Swords, 2 of Pentacles, 10 of Cups. Okay, so the first thing I'm feeling, of course, is a sense of you have something that you really want to do. You know, we all do. We all have, whether it's a big dream or a little dream, I don't care what it is. It's a sense of, I've got my mind on something. I'm determined to achieve it. I'm determined to figure it out. Spirit just said it's personal to you. It's not connected to a relationship. It's personal to you. It's something that you're trying to achieve, whether it's a personal goal, it's something that you know or believe in your heart. I'm going to put it in the category of how you always saw yourself for some reason. You know, like you always saw yourself at a certain level of achievement, or you always saw yourself at a certain level of success, something like that. Right. It's in there. It's like behind you. And Spirit's just saying, like, let me help you open up. All right. Like a little bit of I need you to keep believing in yourself. I need you to keep understanding that you're capable of achieving anything that you set your mind to. And then the sense of, okay, I get it. It's not as easy as it sounds. Like everybody could say, you know what, I want to be a rock star, but you got to learn how to sing and you got to learn how to play the instrument and you got to perform and people have to like you. You know, like a lot of things have to happen to be a rock star, right? So if we're trying to figure things out, that's okay. You know, you're learning is how that Two of Pentacles is coming into me. It's a sense of I'm going back and forth. I'm going back and forth with some of you maybe juggling two jobs to do the one job that you really love to do. You know, I want to work for myself, but I have to work full time during the day to start my business at night. You know, like maybe I have to juggle a few things in order to achieve some kind of goal of what I think what I want to be really doing is how it's coming into me. And then I have this kind of promise with that 10 of Cups of, I think that I'm going to be super happy. I'm going to be super happy when this happens. Like this is what would make me happy, right? So whatever that is, I want you to not give up on that. Look at you, a King of Cups. Like, you know, in your heart that this is what, look at this, a Queen of Cups. One more, please, Spirit. And a Knight of Cups. Look at all this cup energy. You are just filled with love. You're filled with love. You're filled with passion. You are just trying to show it. You're trying to share it. You're trying to express yourself, Spirit just said. So however you're trying to express yourself, you know, if it's some kind of creative endeavor or they're saying that they are asking you to push yourself a little bit harder. That's a hard one, right? Push yourself a little bit harder. It's like you can dream, but they want you to take action. They want you to do the work. They want you to dress up and show up. Okay. Something like that. But you have it in your heart to do it. And I do feel like you've already put one step forward. I do feel like you are well on your way. All right. It's just the sense of push harder, dream bigger. Okay. There's nothing, bottom of the deck, it's the Star. There's nothing holding you back. There's nothing. I mean, you know, so it's the sense of, I know I can do it. They just said you struggle with obstacles. We all do. We struggle with, but what about this or this or this? There's no perfect world to achieving goals. There's no perfect world to achieving what Spirit wants for you. And you just have to, you know, override those obstacles just one at a time. That's all. Okay. Just one at a time. Override those obstacles and dream big is how I feel. All right. So I love that. I love that. I want you to dream big. All right. So I just want to look at this and this just for a minute because I want you to hold on to this, you know. I don't know about you guys, but there's only been a handful of times in my lifetime that I've seen I've seen a lot of rainbows, but there's only been a handful of times in my lifetimes that I literally have seen a rainbow from one end to the other. And I don't know, it's just coming into me today as, I don't know, once in a lifetime feeling, you know, that some of the things that we want to achieve in our lifetime are once in a lifetime. And I think that that's what Spirit wants for you today. You know, it's a sense of you can achieve it. And even if it feels like it's out of reach, it's not. It really isn't. It's just, I've got to literally find the one time that rainbow is complete. You know, I'll see a lot of little ones, which may be Spirit's way of saying you're almost there. keep going. You know, you're seeing the rainbows. But I don't know, it's very much this feeling of once in a lifetime opportunity, once in a lifetime opportunity, once in a lifetime, you know, that you only get one lifetime. How about that? You only get one lifetime. Let's see what else they have for you today. I have emotions. Look deep within your emotions. That's coming into me a little bit right now as I'm dealing with some stuff. Okay, what are you dealing with? You dealing with self-love? You dealing with grieving? You dealing with, I want to feel better about myself. I want to feel stronger. I want to feel more connected to the universe, to spirit. You know, what is it emotionally? Your emotional journey. What are you working on? Okay, or maybe you don't even know, and maybe spirit's asking you to say, you know, let's start to tap into what am I feeling. What do I need to work on? Okay, something like that. I want to get this one. It almost kind of jumped out. So, spiritual. Your spiritual journey is beginning. Your emotional journey. Beautiful. Yeah, I mean, you know, so many of you that follow me, of course, are coming into an awakening or have awakened or feel gifted yourself. And it's interesting how spirit sends me people that are on the same journey that just need some guidance or more mentoring or, you know, to let them know that they're okay. They're not insane. So if you're having a spiritual awakening and you're very emotional, it's all good. It's all good. What else, spirit? And I have your learning. Let love show you how to learn from each other. Learn from your tribe is how that just came into me. Okay. Learn from people who you are attracted to spiritually or emotionally. You know, you like their vibe, right? It's your tribe. You like their vibe. Learn from them. Okay. What you don't know, there's a teacher. That's how this works. Okay. You don't have to do it by yourself. Spirit just said, you don't have to try to find all the answers. There are people that will guide you. And that's exactly what a spirit guide is. And that's how I describe myself. I am just a spirit guide. I am just here to deliver messages. Whenever you are meant to hear them, you will hear them. You will find me. I don't have to go searching for you. And that's how this works. And, so learn what you need to learn. Okay. You know, we all have different kind of learning curves. Okay. But you're ready to learn. Look at you. You're a Queen of Cups. There's a lot of emotion around you today for some reason. I mean, it could be love, of course. It's not necessarily a love reading. This is all about celebrating you. But there's this opening up of my heart. There's this, I'm going to say loving myself first. Maybe that's something that you've been working on. Maybe you've been really being very conscious of, I need to put more time into this area of my life. I have to put myself first. I have to learn to love myself. I have to learn how I'm talking to myself. All of those things are so important. A Hanged Man. Maybe spirit has put you on a pause so that you can feel some of these things, that you can heal some of these things they just said. Okay. These came out together. 7 of Pentacles and an Ace of Cups. Yeah. So you're learning. It literally came into me as you're learning to love. You're learning to take care of yourself. You have either made a commitment to yourself, or maybe this is the first time in your life that you have set time aside for yourself, that you say, you know what, I've been taking care of everybody else for so long that I'm finally to a place where I want to, I want to come first is how it comes into me. And coming first is not selfish. Okay. Coming first and making decisions for yourself is not selfish. It's a way to show yourself that you really do care about yourself. You know, you're not settling, you're not giving in, you're not just a doormat for other people. Right. So there's something going on with that. You're a King of Wands. Yeah, maybe you've set your mind to something. You know, that big dream. I want something. I am achieving something. You know, the passion, literally, Spirit just said the passion is within, you know, and that is the truth. Sometimes we don't know what our passion is. And that may be what you're struggling with. Maybe that's where that hangman's coming in, because you say to yourself, like, Kathy, I wish I knew what my purpose was. I haven't had that aha moment where I feel like I'm meant to be doing something big. And I'm in agreement with that. I mean, I think that passions grow over time. I think that passions transcend, they transform. I think that they're revealed to us over a period of time. They might start out small and they may grow and grow and grow until all of a sudden you realize, like, this is all I want to be doing. I don't need to be doing anything else with my life. This is what I'm meant to be doing. This is what my purpose is. So sometimes we don't know what that passion is, but when we find that passion, it's pretty exciting, because then it's almost a sense of don't hold back. Don't let it go, you know, something like that. Three of Pentacles, you know, that just came. Three of Pentacles comes into me in a lot of different ways. That a lot out of all the cards, it just has this kind of, I don't know, wide range of meanings to me. But right now it came into me as you're rising above. You're rising above. Either people are taking notice of you, or something that you have been working on for a long time is starting to take notice. Okay, you or have some momentum behind you, or you have some people recognize your skill or your talent or your own gifts, and it's just the sense of you're rising above. So my hands tingled. So something's going on around you. Either you might not even be aware of it. Sometimes you don't realize that you are influencing other people and other people are looking up to you. So maybe people are watching you or listening to you or learning from you right now, and you're not even aware of it. Okay. A Knight of Swords. Look at you charging ahead. You're strong. I mean, this particular knight knows what he wants, right? And he is going to charge forward. He's going to move forward with whatever it is that he wants. Spirit just said that sometimes you struggle with the setbacks, is how it came into me. That you charge forward and you have every intention of charging forward, but then something happens in your life, okay? Your car breaks down, somebody's sick, somebody needs you, and it interferes with what you would think is where you want to put all your time or all your energy. So 2 steps forward, 1 step back, right, is how it came into me. It's still okay, because you're still moving forward. You're still ultimately moving forward. All right. There's not going to be ever 100% fast lane to that goal or that ambition or your achievements in life or where you want to end up, you know, your happily ever after. Even there's always going to be something that comes across your path that interrupts it. It's how you handle it, it's how you approach it, and it's how you either step over it and keep going, or how you allow that thing, those obstacles, those challenges, to discourage you. And that's only really the lower power coming in and trying to take away your joy. So you don't allow that. You just say, I'm going to pick myself up. This was a hard knock, and I'm going to keep going, right? Because you don't give up on the prize. You don't give up on that big dream. You don't give up on you, right? You don't give up on you. So that is so important right now. You know, I mean, Spirit, yes, I'm celebrating my 20th, 20,000 subscribers. I hit 1 million views recently. I don't even know what that means. I mean, I'm like, what? All I know is I wake up every day and I do my job and I just keep going. And then Spirit rewards me. All right. Yes, I have challenges. I have very difficult things. I lost my mother not too long ago, you know. Thank you for all your well wishes. but I keep going because I believe in me. I believe that spirit has a bigger goal for me. So I want the same thing for you. I want you to celebrate you. I want you to celebrate, what is it that makes you special? What is it that makes you get up and go every day, right? Discipline. Discipline definitely makes me get up and go. I'm going to tell you that. I'm a routine for sure. I can accomplish what I set my mind to. You hear me say all the time, dress up and show up. The other thing I always say is fake it till you make it. If you don't know how to get started, if you don't know what you're supposed to do next, if you feel imposter syndrome, or you feel like financial fear is paralyzing you, or some of the things that have a tendency to take away from that energy that propels us, just get up and do the work. Okay, because what will happen is over a period of time will become a routine to you. It will become effortless to you. It will flow. The momentum is in the universe. So it's a very real thing, energy, right? Which is what I focus on, that the more you put out into the universe, the more the universe gives to you. So in any field, anything you desire, okay, it's you've got to get that momentum going. Think of it as a boomerang, right? I put the boomerang, I fling the boomerang out into the world. The boomerang goes woo 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 woo, and it comes back at you, right? So what do you want out into the universe? Who do you want to be? Where are you going? It really does take discipline to do it. Okay. If you want to be the best, if you want to shoot for the stars and you are achieving something, you got to act like the best. You got to act like the best. You got to do the work, and then spirit will help you, they said. Beautiful. I have health. I will honor the physical vessel that enshrines my soul. Maybe some of these big goals for you guys are your health. I want to lose weight. I want to be in better shape. I want to work on my body. I want to drink more water. That's one of my challenges. That's my New Year resolution every year. Health, honor your health, right? Mind, body, soul. It's so important. Mind, body, soul. And then the courage, finding the courage. I find the inner strength to face fear with confidence, right? Boy, fear is fear can make or break us, right? It makes or breaks us in relationships. It makes or breaks us in what we're capable of achieving or not achieving. It paralyzes us. It can paralyze us. So we have to identify fear for what it is. It's fear. We put it in its place. We override it. What do we need to do to overcome that fear in any area of your life? And it does take courage. It does. I have an 8 of Cups. I have a 6 of Cups. The Death card. And I have a 4 of Pentacles. Okay, so I'm going to say this sense of going to this courage and fear for a second, that, I don't know, I've got to let something go. I can't hold it so close to my chest. I can't worry. Okay, for those of you that struggle with projecting fear into the future. Am I going to have enough? Am I going to be successful? Am I going to find the love of my life? Those would be all like projection, like future projections that aren't serving you. So maybe Spirit's saying, let's let some of this go. Let's stop some of this. Let's not worry so much about, am I going to have enough? You're going to have plenty. All right. You're going to have everything that you ever dreamed of. 6 of Cups, like this sense of what is it that you have always wanted and wished for, right? I I do like the sense it's being handed to you, because I do feel like, I mean, I know in life nothing is handed to us, but I also know how amazing spirit is. And I also know that what it is that you wish for and you pray for is handed to you. And that's kind of how I feel right now. I kind of feel like if you believe it, you can make it happen. If you wish for it, it's on its way. Maybe you've had to let go of a lot to get to the place where you're at right now, to even accept that as a belief system. You know, maybe you grew up with a belief system of you got to work like a dog to get everything you get in life, which there's some truth to that. But there's also the spiritual energy that comes in, that spirit wants abundance for you, and that there's infinite abundance for everybody, right? So part of me feels like that Six of Cups right now is spirit saying, I know what you want, and I'm going to help you get it. You know, and I believe that. There's nothing I haven't prayed for or wished for or manifested for that I don't have today. I absolutely live it, and I believe it. I believe it for all of you. And I have a Seven of Pentacles, so keep doing the work. They definitely want you to keep doing the work. That is definitely a message in this reading today. There it is. There it is. What is it that you want? You know, what is it that you want with that sun, right? There's my awakening. There's my new beginning. There's my, wow, the whole world is open to me. All I have to do is ask, is how I feel right now. All I have to do is ask, you know, and I do feel like Spirit's going to bring it to you. I had asked you in the beginning to come up with a question for me, okay, or Spirit, actually. Could be a yes or no question. Could be, and I've been doing these in my readings a little bit because I want to be a little bit more interactive. I feel like I do all the talking, and it's like I want to be a little more interactive. So, what in your mind's eye is the question you have for Spirit? We're going to pull 3 cards. Spirit, what is the answer to our question? What do you want us to know? You share with me. What do you want us to know? Big happy changes. Is my life getting better? Was that your question? When will it get better? Is that your question? A year from now. Okay. So I always see this card as what a difference a year would make, right? If something were to change today in your life, where would you be? You know, you say what a difference a day makes, right? Okay, so what a difference a year makes. Where would I be in a year from now? Could I have what I'm dreaming of in a year from now? Maybe. I think so. The year goes by pretty fast, doesn't it? And I have abundance coming in. Look at you. Abundance of love, abundance of money, abundance of success, abundance of lack of fear, abundance of joy, whatever it is that you guys want. How gorgeous. So let's thank Spirit together. I want to thank Spirit for this reading. I always thank Spirit because I couldn't do this without Spirit. And I want to thank you. I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for supporting my channel, believing in my gift, for supporting all of the other YouTube channels, all of the gifted people that are on YouTube. It's incredible, the talent, the time to create this kind of content, to put their heart and soul into these videos for you, for your entertainment, for your self-growth, for your spiritual, well-being. So I want to thank all of the other YouTube channels because I learn from them also. And I'm looking forward to growing. I'm looking forward to taking this to the next level. I'm really, really excited if Spirit helps me to achieve my dream and my goals today, to be a full-time YouTube content creator. I think that's the next level of my spiritual path. So I'm really, really excited about that. And I'm so happy you're on this journey with me. And I just want to say thank you today. So love and light, everybody, and we'll see you in your readings.